hadn't really looked at the stats. This is my first time looking at it, but right off the cuff, um, for you, only for you, Rick. Um, all right, you ready? Right off the cuff, guys, I think it's important to say, like when we scheduled this game, and after I watched film, that's a pretty good team we just played against, a scrappy team. They're going to beat a lot of people. They fought, they shoot the three, they drive you, they force you to help. If you can't keep the ball in front, they're coming at you. I thought we needed this win. And we needed it for the guys in that locker room. So for me to sit here and talk about strategy and this and that, they fought for a win and they got a win. It wasn't pretty, but we executed. I think they said every possession in the second half except 7, we got the ball in the paint. That's pretty impressive. That's the way we want to play. We want to attack people, and then we want to play unselfish. Questions?
Hey, Kenny, when you go into halftime trailing by 8, was there a player who stepped up to be a leader, and talked to the guys, or was it, just more so, things coming from you and things that they can work on after the first half?
I don't really know if they talked amongst themselves before I got in the locker room. To be honest with you, I went in the locker room and I jumped Trey White. You're not going to play that. You didn't come here for that, to play that way. You're not. You are a stat sheet filler. I need you to defend. I need you to rebound. I need you to share the ball. I need you unselfish. If you think in your mind that you're going to win the game for us and play at your pace and do it your way and try to win, it's not going to happen. You will look bad. I need you to play unselfish. I need you to rebound. I need you to pass. I need you to be a willing passer, and I need you to be about your teammates. If you can't do that, you got to sit. I think he made the adjustment better in the second half, and the same for Sky. Listen, at the end of the day, as a coach, you have to challenge your best players. You have to. I need Sky Clark to play to get 10 assists. He's going to score. You're playing basketball to get 10 assists. If you do that, the rest of the guys on the team will play within a rhythm. Then we're a really good team. If you play to score, we're not going to be a good team. We look selfish. But again, hats off to Brandon, 10 rebounds. Mike James, I say it all the time, if you had 8 Mike James, you don't lose. His will, his fight, is not about his talent. It's about his work ethic, his professionalism, coming in every day, just fighting to get win and fighting to get better.
What happened at the end of the game? Take us to me. You have the ball. You could hold it for a shot. Look, you were talking about Trey. Looked like he kind of forced that, but then he also, I'm not sure, he got it back. I guess he lobbed it up to JJ.
We work on that in a drill every day where if we miss the shot or something, we tip it up in the air so that the other guy can dunk it in. I guess it paid off. I told him in the locker room, isn't it amazing how everything that we practice, and from the outside looking in, it may not look like it, but every single thing that we practice is vital to us winning. Retreat drill, keeping the ball in front, boxing out, not looking at the ball in the air, going to find a body, getting in the lane, kicking out, accelerating through layups, all those things, making the extra passes, stunning and making it tough twos opposed to sagging in and giving up a 3. Everything that we practice religiously, hard from a fatigue state, translates to winning. I just need those guys to understand, and this is new. This is still a young team, but I need them to buy into that. And don't worry about how hard practice is. Worry about why we're practicing that hard.
UMBC lost one of its guards to foul trouble early in the second half, had 2 others with 4. How much did that impact your strategy and your desire to attack the basket?
I love the fact that we got them in foul trouble. I love the fact that we shot a lot of free throws. I hate the fact that we missed a lot of free throws. What happens if we make another 8 free throws? What happens? What happens if we make all our free throws? We're a good shooting team. make your free throws. Like, you did the hard part, drawing the foul. Now go up and finish them. Finish the game. I love the fact that it was hard-fought game. It could have went either way, but we fought out a win. We're 1-0.
Kenny, how much did you guys kind of need to win like this, given last year so many of these kind of one-possession games didn't go your way?
I think it's everything. I think for their morale, when you see in the locker room the guys are excited, yelling, screaming, jumping up and down, even though they didn't play great, I think it becomes obvious as a coach just how important and how fragile winning is. The other thing is how fragile the human mind at a young age is. So when you look at, for example, when they not playing during the week, the words that they use, and then when it gets at the end of the week when it's time to play, then you see a different mentality. You see a mentality that is not quite as sure of themselves. I want that. I want them unsure. The best players that I've ever been around have been unsure. But their unsureness, if that's a word, fueled them. Coach, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You said any time, I need you. Can we get in the gym? Can we go do some sprints? I ain't feeling right. I got to make it. I got to be great. I got to do this for my team. I need those guys. So I see it in them that they're unsure of themselves, right? Now the second part is don't let your ego get in the way and fight for what you want. Don't take anything for granted.
Coach, a big part of this evening was honoring Denny Crum. To secure a victory in this particular evening, does that mean anything emotionally to you, or is there any takeaway additional to this?
I can say this like this, and hopefully, even no matter how I say it, you probably wouldn't understand. I played for Denny Crum. I played at this university. On the night that we're honoring him, I'm ecstatic that we won this game, but I'm also cognizant of how fragile winning is on his night. Like, what happens if the ball bounces a different way? That's how fragile winning is.
We talked about how some of these games, particularly those first 3 last year, you lose by 1 point in each of them. Does it boil down to something simple as fight, resolve, that makes the difference and swings it the other way to get a couple breaks?
I thought the whole night in the huddles, I'm drawing up plays, we're scoring. I'm drawing up plays, we're getting good shots. But the whole time I'm saying, guys, no matter what I draw up, this isn't about X's and O's. This is about your will to keep the ball in front. They get one shot, and then we get it and run it down their throats. You have to fight for what you want. In the first half, they were, at certain points of it, I think they were shooting in the high 50s, 60%. That's not good enough. You basically let a team come in here and get confidence on you. Now you have to dig, and I'm glad that we did. We had to dig our way back, and we got back in it in the beginning of the second half with a little more discipline, a little more focus, and a little more fight.
Second exhibition game. Is that kind of what Huntley Hatfield, you already mentioned him, but Okorafor too. He played some minutes and affected the game when he was on the court. Is that, for those two guys, you feel like that's what you need to get out of them?
I am happy that Emmanuel played, 10 minutes, had 6 rebounds. He was active. He was big. I go back to Brandon, 10 rebounds. For him, that's huge. That's huge. Those two guys, I need them to bring it for this team to be good. I need them to bring a physicality to the game. I need them to bring the rebound and the screening to the game. If you look at the way we screen, basically when we screened well, the guards went downhill and got layups. That's a product of physicality, being strong in your screen. So I'm proud of them, but we have to build on it.
Did you say anything to Mike to get him going, or he seemed like he really got very aggressive and assertive in the second half?
I think you don't really have to say anything to guys like Mike James. They have a love for winning. They have a love for competing. Mike James is very astute. He watches everything. He sees everything. He's listening to everything. And he has a will to win. And to be quite honest with you, he understands the situation that we're in. He understands how bad this community wants to win. He understands how much, even for me, winning is important. He sees it every day. And so I don't have to talk about it with him. He already sees it, and I know it. I just got to make sure that he trusts himself and not second guess anything he's doing. I don't care if he goes 0 for 6. I really don't. I need your heart. I need your heart. I need the way you care about your teammates. I need your fight. If you shoot the ball, great, great. If you don't, you still impact winning with your spirit. I love that about Mike James.
Yeah, Kenny, Tyler has been someone that you've talked about during the preseason, just, needing to work more defensively, but he played 12 minutes, I think, in the second half. What have you seen from him over the past week that made you, trust him in this big moment down the stretch, playing a lot of minutes?
Just watching him in practice, watching him in the few games, the exhibition games that we played, really looking at the film, you can see he's going to help us. He brings a dynamic to this team that we need. I just got to get him to understand that your discipline is vital. You're the smallest guy on the court. You can never take a moment and relax, because then you become, as they say in elite basketball, you become a cone. And a cone is the little orange thing that's on the court that you shoot over all the time. You cannot become a cone. You better be the fightingest little Mighty Mouse in the country. That's what he has to be to survive amongst giants.
Kenny, you had Tyler and Sky playing together. Was that a byproduct just of UMBC being smaller, or do you like having 2 point guards?
I like them on the court together. I can't, in my mind, I can't start them together because I need one of them to have a backup for the other. But there are stretches in the game. The way this guy Clark shoots the ball, his feel for scoring, sometimes it's better for him to be off the ball and just mix it up. What I'm really hoping is that as this year goes along, that we become one of the best defensive teams in the country. It did not look like that tonight. As this year comes along, as it goes along, I need those two to create havoc on the offense with their pressure on the ball, with fighting to keep the ball in front. And then I need Dennis, Brandon, and Emmanuel to clean up anything that gets past them. Then we got a pretty good defensive team.
Football on Thursday, we will likely not have availability for Chattanooga to switch over some of our questions with that game.
Enough about me. You got to want to talk to the guys. Like, you got a question?
Game that the sky was falling, and a lot of dread going into this game.
Yeah, there was supposedly this fight that happened that never happened.
Okay, I'm not
Okay.
suggesting that, but what does tonight do for your guys? Does it take pressure off, or is it still there?
Obviously, this is Louisville, right? Kansas, Louisville, Kentucky, Duke, Carolina. Don't go to those schools if you can't take pressure. Like, you're amongst the best of the best. So obviously, this program has had a lot of things happen to go the wrong way, right? So our jobs, my job, their jobs, is to fix it. And so with that comes pressure. Nobody really cares to hear about what exactly all the things that we deal with day to day. I've never heard anybody, I don't listen to complaints anyway, but I never heard anybody ask, what all have you done to clean up the mess? Nobody's ever asked that question to me. What do you go through from day to day? Nobody has ever asked me that question. They just assume I'm here, we're going to win, and everything is bad because it's bad. There's something else to it, and we're cleaning it up. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that because the type of kids that are in this program now, they're the type of character kids that you guys should be proud of. And as we go along, we're going to beat some people, But we're also going to lose some games. We're not going to go undefeated, but we're going to show you, hopefully with our character and with our work ethic, that this is headed in the right direction.